Hey, it's me, and this is my reaction / review of episode 2, season 3 of The Flash. I'm really enjoying the fact that they're bringing back the humour of The Flash, considering it's got quite a serious kind of overtone of the actual series and how much the actual episode was quite serious and was down and focused, and The Flash himself is actually quite funny of a character. If you ever read the comics and pay attention to him, he's pretty funny, and so I really enjoyed that being brought back into the show. They do small jokes throughout the episodes as well, and just having that as the opening joke helps get you go, right, yep, it's going to be sort of a slowly going into a slightly more serious tone, but we're bringing you in nice and light, and it's pretty fun. I had sort of so this is how the timeline fits in this way kind of moment when Barry's right at the beginning of the episode, he's searching through to see what's actually changed in the timeline because of this new timeline he's created, and he notices that John's kid is no longer a girl, it's a boy. And the fact that that links into Legends of Tomorrow, how in the dystopian kind of Central City kind of area of everything's been kind of destroyed and stuff, and the second Green Arrow who's running around is John's son. And the entire time I kind of thought, oh, he's going to have a second kid who's going to come along, and that's how big of a year. But in fact, I actually think this timeline that the Legend of Tomorrow's group followed along was actually the timeline Barry's created, and so they're all linked in together that way. So I'm really looking forward to Legends being involved with Barry somewhere down the track now, because of the fact the two timelines are now on the same timeline. To me, this is basically confirming this is how we're going to have another crossover with Legends. So we're going to have awesome sort of mini half Justice League kind of Justice Friend super kind of massive crossoverness, and I'm kind of looking forward to that somewhere down the track, so that'll be kind of cool. There's this cool little scene where Barry's trying to fix everything in this reality so that it's back to the reality that he knows, where Iris and Joe are actually talking to each other and actually gotten along, and so he's talking to both of them, trying to set up the family dinner basically, and I was enjoying the fact that he's speeding from one conversation to the other. And even though to an audience we kind of watch it, it's like, okay, this conversation is going on, and then he moves to the other one so you can see what's going on. I kind of pictured him almost simultaneously just popping between each area, and almost like he's standing here and then he's standing next to her. And I kind of enjoyed this sort of instant message system. It's like instant, no problem solving situation, because he's thinking fast enough and he's moving fast enough to be between conversations for it to come across as if like the actual conversations he's pretending to have already had with Joe or Iris when he's talking to Iris and Joe have already happened. And yeah, although it was kind of inevitable that when they got to the dinner table and everything was going to go chaotic anyway, but it's kind of funny watching that thing sort of slowly unfolded. Usually I kind of cringe going, oh no, this isn't going to end well, but I kind of expected it to happen, and the way it was played off was pretty cool. Going off the whole time travel and split timeline kind of things, I really liked Jay Garrick's Flash explaining to Barry how when he picks up a cup and he like breaks part of the cup and then picks it together, and you've still got little cracks, and explains how whenever you change something in the past and then try and fix it up again, it's never going to be exactly the same. And thinking about time travel in that sort of way is probably a really simplistic version of thinking of how it works, but at the same time it gives you sort of a physical representation, which I couldn't think of the last time I was going on about time travel, which I'm going to start using now, is the broken cup time travel. So far, still pretty hyped for the rest of the season. Haven't quite had a point where I'm going, oh, I'm not really fond of this. The new villain who's come in, who's the overarching the Alchemist, he's going to be pretty interesting. I think he's Dr. Alchemist, but yeah, I reckon he's going to be kind of interesting, sort of bringing in other metahumans from other sort of areas just to bring into the story. I think it's going to be pretty cool. From what I know in the comics, I think he carries around the Philosopher's Stone, so I don't know if they're going to have him physically carrying around the Philosopher's Stone, or if he's just going to be using a stone. It's just going to be represented as that. But I'm looking forward to him sort of bringing in other characters who Barry hasn't fought yet, who he can fight now because they're being brought in. And I don't have any predictions other than my theory of overarching time travel and Barry getting over it, and it's more of an angsty understanding everything that's going on around him that I'm expecting to see from him this season, as opposed to the struggling with speed and just struggling with juggling everything. So yeah, no immediate sort of guesses on what's going to happen, who's who and all that yet. Till next week, catch you later.